Hey guys, so I stopped drinking coffee for 30 days and this is what happened. I also stopped any form of caffeine, so when I'm going to Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf to have my tea, I make sure I only purchase the ones without caffeine. So, the pros of not drinking coffee for 30 days, and let me start with a sip of coffee. This is actually in Vivo Lungo from Nespresso and I've been enjoying my coffee so much. The pros. It's less expense for me. I spent less when I invested in espresso, but I spent even less when I stopped drinking coffee for 30 days because there's no need for me to make a coffee run the second or the third time or after lunch. So it's like at least 100 pesos less expense for me, so that's about 3,000 pesos less every day. And yeah, it's good. Second benefit of stopping coffee for 30 days, I don't waste so much time in the morning. Having coffee is like my me time, and I enjoy sipping it, looking over the window, deciding which flavor I'm gonna get for the day, and it's my mind break every morning. I love it. I love enjoying it. Sometimes I spend about 30 minutes just finishing a tiny cup of coffee because I just love my me time, and that's part of my me time, socializing with myself. But when I'm in a hurry, to be honest, it actually affects my preparation time. So yeah, I can save at least 30 to 45 minutes a day just because I don't have to have coffee in the morning. Third is the caffeine detox. It feels good because you don't feel dependent on something just to perk you up in the morning. And I also noticed that there are other ways I can find to wake me up, not just coffee. I would exercise from time to time when I wake up in the morning, but I exercise more when I stop drinking coffee, and it has really woken me up. And in the middle of the day, at first, it was a struggle because when I'm attending a meeting that should have been an email, it makes me so sleepy. But over maybe a couple of weeks after I stopped drinking coffee, I don't need to pinch myself anymore. I don't need to really wake myself up and shake myself and I don't need to stand up anymore just to keep myself awake and my brain awake. So it's just normal for me. I just know that this is not the time to sleep, no matter how boring something is going. But I also have to have a disclaimer because when I stopped drinking coffee, I've been like super up and about. I've been super busy and there was just no way for me to be sleepy at all. So that's a disclaimer. But I also thought that at the entire day, I never felt so sleepy after 2 weeks. And then fourth is that I minimize feeling even hotter than I already am. Because I love coffee, and even if it's really in the thick of summer, I still drink my coffee hot. And because I have to take note of my heat hives, I've never had heat hives until now. That was really strange for me. I need to be mindful of my health and wellness. So just so I don't have to elevate my temperature even further, I found myself like thinking that, drinking less hot beverages, and that's my staple, which was coffee in hot mode. I found myself like being able to monitor my body temperature and having, maybe less chances for me to feel so hot during the summertime. Those were the pros of not drinking coffee for 30 days. Now we go to the con. Go to the negative effects of not drinking coffee for 30 days. So, first and foremost, and this is by far the only thing that really messed me up, I developed a sweet tooth. And I never had sweet tooth. I love my potato chips. I was never the type of person who would want a chocolate bar. I was never the type of person who would look for a slice of cake or a donut. When I stopped drinking coffee, I found myself wanting to have a donut or a slice of cake and some bread and pastries and cinnamon rolls and what's that really good bread? The I forgot what that bread was, but I think it's a pastry that's super hard to make because it's done layer by layer. It's not crepe. It's I don't know. I'm gonna link it right here because I forgot what it is. But I found myself wanting pasta. I loved carbs when I stopped drinking coffee, and to me that was like, no, this is not gonna happen. I cannot let this continue because I don't believe in sweets. To me, it's like one of the worst things that you can develop is having a sweet tooth, and no, no. So that was to me the only con. I mean, the other things I can shake off, like I got sleepy in the middle of the day, I can shake that off. I can't wake myself up in the morning, I can exercise. There's solutions for everything, but having that mental like yearning, craving every day for carbs and sweets, I'm not gonna be on board with that. So yeah. When I went back to my coffee, my first cup I think was a capriccio from Nespresso. I brewed my capriccio. I think I waited for about couple of days after 30 days, and I waited for the weekend so that I can really like sit down and relax and enjoy my cup of coffee. And I'm telling you, it was like one of the best experiences. And every day I limit my coffee intake to just 1 cup, and I would try to make sure that that cup is Nespresso. I really appreciate every day. I it's like being alive again, and I just love it so much. It has never been so good. After 30 days of coffee fast and you come back to it, it's even better. It's even better. The appreciation is like, I love living. So there you have it. Those are the experiences I've had. My sister kept asking me if I developed any like skin condition, or did I notice my skin being prettier or more supple. I never had that. If at all, I know that my skin improved because of the other things I've been doing, and I've been doing this like facial rolling for about 2-3 weeks now, and I feel like that has contributed a lot. Also, I've been taking Casa de Mori's she said though the collagen tablets, and I can link the video right here. And I recently bought the collagen version because I used to just drink the pure white version of the Shiseido. So those are the things that I attribute to having like better skin and more relaxed facial features, and I wouldn't think that it was in any way caffeine related. Yeah, I had a problem with having colds, because when I cannot breathe and I have a problem with, like my pipes, coffee just helps a lot. It just stimulates everything, opens up my pipes, and I can breathe better. That was probably something I super missed while I stopped drinking coffee. And yeah, it was one of the hardest things. I can still tell you now, it's the hardest food challenge I've ever tried stopping. But it is worth a try if you want to be able to see how you can push yourself to the limit and challenge yourself and appreciate coffee even more than you already are. It's an amazing experience. I'd recommend you to try it and find out for yourself if coffee is really something that is doing you good. Because for me, I've proven it time and time again that coffee does me good. It doesn't really make me feel like all that jittery stuff. It doesn't do that to me, and I've proven it again. So I hope that this review has, or this experience has benefited you somehow or giving you some pointers. So if you like this film, please click the thumbs up button. And if you have other questions, you can leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try my best to get back to you. I hope to see you again in my next film. Bye! Hey guys, so I mentioned I've been doing these challenges for the past 30 days or the past month, and I started with not having any coffee for 30 days, which was a really hard challenge for me. I also did a 30-day no alcohol challenge, so absolutely no beer, no gin, no red wine, no sangria, nothing for 30 days.